Narcissistic personality disorder is a complex mental health condition. Narcissists have a grandiose sense of self-importance. They crave admiration and lack empathy. They exploit others to fulfill their needs. Narcissists often appear charming at first. Over time, their manipulative behavior surfaces. Narcissistic abuse is a pattern of emotional and psychological manipulation. It is used by someone with narcissistic traits. This abuse is meant to control and dominate another person. The abuse cycle follows a predictable pattern. It moves from intense idealization to devaluation and eventual discard. Recognizing narcissistic traits is crucial. It helps individuals understand the abuse. Early identification can prevent long-term emotional damage. It is important to remember that not all narcissists are abusers. However, all abusers exhibit narcissistic tendencies. The idealization phase is the initial stage of narcissistic abuse. The abuser showers the victim with attention, compliments, and affection. This love bombing creates a whirlwind romance. The victim feels seen, cherished, and deeply loved. They believe they've found their soulmate. Narcissists mirror their victims' desires and interests. They create an illusion of perfect compatibility. Gifts, grand gestures, and constant communication are common. This intense attention is intoxicating. It makes the victim feel special and desired. However, this idealization is a calculated tactic. It aims to create a strong emotional bond. The narcissist uses this bond to manipulate the victim later. The intensity of the idealization phase often blinds victims. They fail to see the red flags. The devaluation phase marks a shift in the dynamic. The abuser's mask starts to slip. Criticism, belittling, and gaslighting become commonplace. The victim feels confused and hurt. They try harder to please the narcissist. Trivial matters become sources of conflict. The narcissist may withhold affection or give the silent treatment. The victim questions their self-worth. They blame themselves for the abuser's behavior. This phase aims to break down the victim's self-esteem. The narcissist thrives on feeling superior and in control. The victim, once confident and happy, becomes a shadow of their former self. They walk on eggshells, afraid to upset the abuser. Section 4. Discarded and dismissed. The brutal reality of the discard phase. The discard phase is often abrupt and devastating. The narcissist loses interest. They may have found a new source of narcissistic supply. The victim is left feeling confused, heartbroken, and abandoned. The narcissist may vanish without explanation. They might discard the victim publicly and cruelly. They rewrite the narrative, painting the victim as the problem. They deny any wrongdoing. This callous discard aims to further diminish the victim. It reinforces the narcissist's lack of empathy and disregard for others. The victim is left to pick up the pieces, often grappling with trauma and self-doubt. Section 5. Scars of abuse. Understanding the psychological impact. The psychological effects of narcissistic abuse are profound. Victims experience anxiety, depression, and complex post-traumatic stress disorder, also known as CPTSD. They struggle with low self-esteem, self-blame, and difficulty trusting others. Victims often isolate themselves. They fear judgment and struggle to explain their experiences. The abuse cycle leaves them feeling unworthy and unlovable. They may question their sanity and reality. Healing from narcissistic abuse takes time and support. Therapy, support groups, and self-care are crucial for recovery. Understanding the dynamics of abuse helps victims regain their voice and rebuild their lives. Section 6. Breaking free. A path to healing and recovery. Breaking free from narcissistic abuse starts with recognizing the abuse. Victims must understand they are not to blame. The narcissist's behavior is a reflection of their own disorder, not the victim's worth. Setting boundaries is crucial. This may involve limiting contact or ending the relationship. Seeking professional help is vital. Therapists provide guidance, support, and tools for healing. Recovery is a journey. It requires patience, self-compassion, and support. Victims can heal and reclaim their lives. They can emerge stronger, wiser, and more resilient than before. Remember, you are not alone.